What an accomplishment. 30 years of pastoral leadership. The Koch family just wants to take a little time to say thank you and share some of our memories from the years we spent together.
I'm thankful for joyful partnership between the two of you, always leading with heart on biblical truth and never straying away from the hard stuff, even when it meant a little uproar or grief even. It's hard to lead with core values that hurt people sometimes, and you all have shown how to do that with grace and peace. We've learned a lot from not just Pastor Van's messages on Sunday sermon, but watching true church life unfold with the good, the bad, and the ugly, while keeping with God's truth. I think that also with your family in attendance and your music has been a really cheerful part for us over the years. Having our children in a place where they felt truly rooted has been pretty magical to watch. And in the children's ministry for our climbers room, we get to see that at work too when the kiddos come up from over at the infant room to the first days learning with us in class. It's really magical to watch that unfold, as I'm sure that you do as you shepherd over your flock and kind of watch us unfold in a way too. We're thankful for messages that have been unpacked and retold to us in a different way than we have learned maybe when we were first introduced to formal learning at church. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, as we were talking about before, as we were just kind of thinking about, over the years, the different sermons and stuff, one of the things that always stuck out to me is Pastor Van could take like three Bible verses and be able to just expand on them for a whole sermon and kind of put you in the time period and help you to understand all the facts and the different things that were going on that, when you're not fortunate enough to have as much background knowledge about those time periods, you don't always understand, and it just puts so much more depth in everything. And always enjoyed the humor, as we were talking about it before, like always finding a way to touch on things that are happening today and are relevant and a lot of times humorous as well.
We just thank you for your many years of service and such a strong foundation at Calvary. I'm thankful that Pastor Van was the person there the very first day that I attended in 2007. For those that were at the original church, probably remember I came alone. Chris was a shift worker. And one of the things that I used to get him to attend Calvary with me was humor. That, you're really going to like this guy. He makes you laugh and sometimes pulls in sports analogies. And eventually, of course, Chris did get on day shift where we didn't have to choose between sleep and church. And then we've had the pleasure of raising our kids there from 2010 on. And we're just really thankful for the foundation that our family has going forward. So thank you, and enjoy retirement and all that brings. Hopefully health and peace and some days where you have absolutely no idea what you're going to do.
Thank you all.
Hey there. we are so happy to be able to be here today to share a few words of our memories with Kathryn and Van. We started here in 2012. We decided that we wanted to do something spiritual in our life. We wanted to find a church. So we visited a different church every week for probably 3 months. And we could tell you some stories. Some of the things.
You don't want to know about the stories, girl.
But we decided on a second visit here at Calvary, and this is where we chose to be. And it was all due to Brother Van's preaching. He was so passionate in his preaching. And first and foremost, it was straight from the Bible. And that's what we loved. That's what we were looking for. We wanted a church where they taught the Bible, and we found the perfect spot. Brother Van, he's passionate. He's not worried about hurting feelings. He's going to teach the Bible, and there's no gray area. Yep. It's black or white.
Yep, and when he plays the music, you can tell. I think he has some kind of Motown in him or something, because when he's playing that guitar and he get that shoulder moving, you know he's into it. And then sometimes he'll pull out that harmonica. I used to love when he would do that.
Yes, we love the music. And then Kathryn, back in the day when they'd have several people up there singing kind of background, you could just see the passion with her singing. She was just so excited about it. And we just love that feel in the church. And so we started coming in 2012, and then we were getting married in 2013. And we wanted to ask Brother Van to marry us, but we weren't yet members of the church, so we were kind of like, I don't know if you'll do it or not.
Yeah, it's kind of worried.
Well, why were we even worried? Brother Van is so approachable. He was so happy to do that for us. So in 2013, he married us, and so that'll be something that we will always treasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing is, we should have told him that wobble dance,
yeah,
so he could have done the
let
recessional.
you know that we're
He
gonna
could
do
have
wobble.
joined us.
Come out.
He could have joined us in that, but
Yeah,
anyway,
well,
but yes,
yeah.
it was a treasure that he married
Maybe
us.
you can do it when you're home in your bedroom.
A few months later, we became members of the church. We were
Right.
both baptized here together, which is also a wonderful memory. And all of this revolves around Brother Van leading the church. And it's just been a great blessing for us in our marriage, in our personal lives, in our spiritual growth. It's just been really amazing. And speaking of Brother Van being approachable, like one time, this was just a few years back, we were feeling this situation in the church, and Dexter had mentioned that he tried to speak to someone here and they wouldn't speak to him. We were just like, we kind of tested it to see, and he wouldn't speak to me either. So I said, I think I'm going to speak to Brother Van about this. And Dexter's like,
No, just leave it alone. Just let it go.
and I said, no, I really feel like we should, because this is Brother Van's church. And as people come into the doors, you want them to be welcomed. And if there's something going on, Brother Van, I'm sure we want to know about it. So we approached him, and as always, open arms. He was very happy to hear from us. He reached out to some of the other elders who had witnessed some of this, and sure enough, the person had a problem with interracial marriages.
Yeah.
And so that's why he wasn't speaking to us. And Brother Van handled it. He used the Bible. He told the brother that he married us. There was nothing in the Bible about, saying anything bad about interracial marriages. And then he also did a sermon following that, not specifically, related
For
to
us,
us,
but,
but for the church to let the subject be known. So Brother Van did what he did to uphold the integrity of his church. And I'm so thankful that we felt okay to approach him, or I felt okay to approach him. And because I knew that this was probably something that would be important to him.
Right.
But yeah, just overall, and well, let me not forget one of the most important memories. In my mom's last days, she lived with us and she came to church with us. It was in 2020. during the pandemic and all.
Yeah.
So we weren't even coming to church at the time. But I reached out to Brother Van to tell him that my mom's death was coming soon, and ask if he would do the service. And of course, he agreed to do that. And it wasn't here, it was actually in northern Kentucky. But he drove up there for that. But in her last days at our home, he and Sister Kathryn came to the house.
Yeah.
They brought us food. We were on very much lack of sleep. Lots of emotions going on, but they came, they brought us food, they talked to us about our feelings and just the emotions of losing parents and that kind of thing. And I mentioned that Mom always loved to hear their singing, and that one of her favorite songs was Amazing Grace. Well, when they came the next day, they actually sang Amazing Grace for my mom. That was very touching. Mom was not awake, but I know she heard them.
Yeah.
And that is something so special, will always be so special to
I
us.
definitely know that.
But, hey,
Yeah.
is that your phone?
Yeah, it is. Sorry. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, I know Brother Van. Brother Van and Kathryn did what?
We hope you enjoyed that, Kathryn. From our nursery days, and we had our little lunch that time. I know you enjoyed Dexter, so we did that just for you. We hope it gave you a laugh.
We really appreciate everything that you all have done. You know, we've only been here 13 years, but we're so happy that we were able to be a part of the congregation and getting to know you. And, you know, your preaching is, you know, so passionate, and, you know, you get to that point where the message, it goes through you. Sometimes, you know, there might be something going on in our lives that it's, you know, it hits home. And
Feels like you're really talking to us personally.
So, and Kathryn, you always been very welcoming with your big hugs and smiles and laugh. Your laugh is infectious, and we just really appreciate you all. And
Church is so blessed to have had you all for 30 years, and we're so thankful that even though you're retiring, you're still going to be a part of our church family, so we can still love on each other and, you know, share memories. But enjoy your retirement. Very well deserved.
Absolutely.
Enjoy your all's time together and just embrace it.
Congratulations.
We love y'all so much.
Congrats. And no working in the yard. That's enough. You've earned your keep, so let somebody else do it.
So
Love
see you
y'all.
soon. Love y'all.
Bye.